Thanks, Abby. Men's hoops grabbing their 4th victory over ranked opponents this season, along with their 1,000th home win at Carver Hawkeye over the weekend in what was one of their best performances of the year.
Jalen Socek was courtside Sunday afternoon and has the recap.
Better shooting, better ball control. That's what led the Hawkeyes to their 2nd straight victory here Sunday afternoon inside Carver Hawkeye Arena against the 17th ranked Maryland Terrapins. The Hawkeyes could not have gotten off to a better start against the Terps. Sophomore Peter Jock setting the pace, hitting the first shot of the game from behind the arc. Jared Utoff up next from out far with this 3-pointer, pushing the lead 13-2. Maryland's offense struggling to keep anything going, Iowa giving them 12 turnovers in the first half. 9:18 to go, Jock hitting another 3, Iowa now up 20-3. Here's some of that good ball movement mentioned earlier. Hawks making 6 passes before Woodbury puts it in to push Iowa to 24-5. Maryland's Melo Trimble trying to get things going, hitting 7 in a row. He'll account for 13 of Maryland's first half points. 2:03 left before intermission, and Aaron White getting to the rim. A lot of emotion coming from the senior forward. Iowa enters halftime up 40-17. You know that whole stalling out after halftime Iowa has been known to do? Not the case in this one. Iowa maintaining a comfortable lead. Jock good for another 3, 14:29 left on the clock. Iowa pushes their lead to 51-29. Hawkeyes go on to win this one 71-55.
Iowa's 64.3% shooting against Maryland is the best they've done in a single game since February of 2004.
Well, and what a win it was for the Hawkeyes, but you got to hand it to Maryland's Melo Trimble, running into a cameraman and then turning around and getting a finger in the face from Iowa's forward Adam Woodbury.
Sounds a little painful, but many other Hawkeye sports were in action over the weekend, and we've got the latest from our Whip Around crew. Take it away, Aaron.
Thanks, guys. The Iowa men's gymnastics team traveled to Champaign this past weekend for a duel against Illinois. The number 8th ranked Hawks fell to the number 4 ranked Illini in a performance that Coach Reeves said does not reflect what his team is capable of. Junior Doug Sullivan was the only gym Hawk to win a title at the event, scoring 14.85 on the pommel horse. He was followed by senior Brandon Field, who placed 2nd on the vault with a score of 14.7. You can catch Field and the rest of the senior gym Hawks as they host Minnesota this Saturday for senior night. Now I'll toss it over to Jordan, who has info on softball.
Thanks, Aaron. The University of Iowa softball team is off to a 3-2 record to start off the season after this weekend's UNI Dome tournament. To kick off the tournament, redshirt sophomore Shayla Starkenberg became the 7th pitcher in Hawkeye history to pitch a no-hitter in their 2-0 victory over Southern Utah. Later that day, the Hawkeyes took a loss 9-1 against North Dakota State. But this loss did not lower the Hawkeye spirits when they took on Wisconsin Green Bay the following morning and came away with a 6-0 victory behind Starkenberg, who was just 2 outs away from pitching another no-hitter. The team heads to Florida this weekend to take on the Gators on Saturday. Now I'll throw it over to Nicole, who has more on women's gymnastics.
Thanks, Jordan. The women's gymnastics team had a tough loss this weekend to Nebraska, where they fell short by 2.15 points. A sudden illness caused a last-minute change in the lineup, leading to a poor performance on the vaults. The Hawks pushed through, though, with stellar performances on the floor from senior Sydney Hare and on the beam from junior Allie Glover, who both posted scores of 9.875. Although the Hawks didn't bring home a win, head coach Larissa Libby said she was proud of the way her team bounced back. The Gym Hawks host Illinois this Saturday at 3 p.m. for their annual Think Pink Breast Cancer Awareness Meet. That's all for this week's Whip Around. Back to you guys at the studio.
Thanks, Nicole. Over the weekend, the Iowa women's tennis team advanced their home duel record to 3-0.
I took a look at how the Hawkeyes collected in your shutout match against Utah State. Yesterday, the women's tennis team conquered the undefeated Utah State Aggies 6-1. As the match started off with doubles play, Iowa's #1 duo, senior Shelby Telcott and junior Annette Dohanix, secured victory as they gathered a 6-1 win over their Aggie opponents. The #3 doubles match came down to an intense ending, but Iowa's Katie Zordani and partner Zoe Douglas finished with the win, clinching the point for the Hawkeyes and giving them a 1-0 lead, propelling them into singles play.
We won the doubles point. Obviously, it was a tight match. I thought that brought a lot of momentum into singles and winning a lot of first sets, and then eventually leading into wins and with getting the 6-1 overall win as a team.
Iowa continued to dominate as Zordani, Morven McCulloch, and Ellen Silver all picked up wins, while freshman Anastasia Remchen struggled to find her groove, falling 7-5 and 6-3 to the Aggies' Nina Gunzler, giving up Iowa's only point. Telcott and Dohanix maintained control of their singles matches by overcoming Mackenzie Davis of Utah State 7-6 and 6-3, and Sabrina Demrath of Utah State.
It feels pretty good, especially to go 3-0 at home before our away schedule. I think that's going to help us all a lot, just mentally, once we hit the road.
Heading out of Iowa with confidence in a win, the Hawkeyes now head into a string of road competition this weekend.
The Hawks take on Montana for their first road match on Valentine's Day.
That will do it for us here in the sports studio, but tune in Wednesday for a look into baseball's upcoming season.
Selena and Abby, back to you.